going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and we are kicking off Madden Ratings Week today by talking about the wide receivers. Now, originally, at the beginning of the day, they posted the list of just the base ratings, and I was like, cool. I didn't necessarily disagree with anything. There was nothing that was triggering me, so I was like, that's not really worth the video. But then they have kind of let the rating site go live, so it's a little bit more in depth. We can actually look at the stats, the speed, the attributes that go into these ratings. I feel like that's a little bit worthwhile. So we have the top wide receivers. We also have all of the first round rookie wide receivers, also Elijah Moore. So I do kind of want to look at those stats, get an idea of what's going on. Also kind of want to hear from you guys and see if there's differing opinions on some of these ratings. So, new member of the 99 Club, highest rated wide receiver in Madden 22 is Devonta Adams of the Green Bay Packers, 99 overall. Stats are obviously very good. We got the 99 catching there to go with 94 jumping. I hate that the site's like this. Like, just show the stats that are impactful to a wide receiver. Don't make me look through like Devonta Adams' kick power. But we got 98 spec catch, 97 catch of traffic, 99 short route running, 98 mid, 93 deep. And 99 really, ultimately, I don't think there's going to be too many people that are upset about this. I think Devonta Adams should be the highest rated wide receiver. Maybe the argument could be made that, is he worthy of 99 club territory, given the fact that he's Aaron Rodgers, the reigning defending NFL MVP, throwing him the football. But I don't think there's, you're not gonna find me on that hill. DeAndre Hopkins, 98. Is he going to retire? Is he even going to play this season? Because he's afraid to get jabbed with the needle. It is what it is. 98 overall, I think that's fair. I definitely think his game took a step back last year a little bit. He went from S tier, unanimous, undisputed wide receiver one to like, okay, maybe things could be slightly different here in Arizona. More mouths to feed, and just didn't have, I think 98's fair. I personally would have docked him. I don't think I would have given DeAndre Hopkins a 99, but 98 also, I feel like that's the sweet spot for him. I mean, look at this, 99 catching as well, which is very much justified. 99 jumping, jump ball specialist, just throw it up. He will go and get it. We also have 99 spec, 99 catch and traffic, 97 short, 96 mid, 92 deep, 98 release. It's filth. He's an absolute beast. And I think, I'm not someone that plays like pubs, public matches, but I feel like Arizona, especially with Kyler Murray, probably one of the cheesier teams. Now you throw in the fact that they do have J.J. Watt on that defensive line. Pretty scary. Definitely a pretty scary team. We have Tyreek Hill, 98. I mean, look at all his attributes, stuff like that. Just 99 speed, 99 acceleration. We have 91 catching, 97 awareness. That seems a little bit high for someone that has made some, I always feel like that should be like the dig rating at a player that may not have the best track record off the field. Just kind of always give them low awareness. Just it is what it is. Awareness is important. 99 change of direction, 96 ball carry vision, 98 juke move again. Hey, if you want to just abuse your Madden save, just make him probably a running back as well if you just want to be insanely cheesy. 97 deep route running, I will assume as we go through this, probably the highest in the entirety of the class, but 98 for Tyreek, I also think that's pretty fair. 97 for Stefon Diggs. Like, this is the exact order that I would like kind of base, the top group of wide receivers. I'd have Adams at 1, Hopkins at 2, Tyreek at 3, Diggs at 4, and then 5, I think we're going to probably get to it. Julio, I feel like that would have been my top 5. It wasn't really, when you make a ratings video, someone like me that's a slight rating snob, you want it to be, like, differing in my opinion. And that's just why it's not, super triggering for me. I don't know what you guys are going to get out of this video necessarily. We'll wait till we get to the rookies, I guess. But looking at Stefon Diggs here for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I've always been a little bit of a Diggs fan ever since he came out of Maryland, and he was one of my first big draft hits where I was like, man, this guy's going to be sick. How is he slipping? We got 93, good athlete, good athleticism. Can definitely play him on the outside with that speed. 96 change of directions, pretty good. I mean, they just throw the ball like crazy. Another team, kind of, in the same vein as talking about the Arizona Cardinals from a pub standpoint, or just playing your buddy couch co-op. Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen, and you got Diggs there. And, pretty solid defense. Really good secondary. They're gonna be another team that should be pretty overpowered, pretty cheesy in pubs. Especially because a lot of people just end up abandoning the run, and they're a team that just doesn't really run the ball well. They're designed to throw it, 40 times. Absolutely can see Stefon Diggs being super difficult to deal with. Julio Jones, the new wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, 95. Yeah, he's starting to regress just a little bit. I mean, don't really need to go through all the stats on all these guys and make this a 10-minute video. I think 95 for Julio is fair. Michael Thomas, probably the most polarizing. I really think there's two wide receivers, at least from what I've seen on social media, that people are disagreeing of their rating. One is Michael Thomas. The memes just run slants and all that stuff. I just feel like, I think he's slightly overrated a little bit, which maybe isn't. Like, can I say he's overrated? Because pretty much most people on social media that aren't Saints fans already kind of rip on him. But, just from a statistical standpoint, people that look purely at the box score, he does, run slants. And as someone that runs slants in Madden all the time, I don't really want to necessarily dog him for it. But out of all these wide receivers, I think you could probably also talk about a guy in Dallas here that we'll get to. I think the reason why is they get flagged, maybe their stats are inflated slightly. Is that even really a fair argument? Like, inflated stats, they're doing their job wide receiver. You play in the offense that you're in. So maybe that could be the argument made for Michael Thomas. I don't have any problems with him being 94. If he was higher than 94, if he was higher than any of those wide receivers ahead of him, I think there'd be an issue. But I don't think 94 is crazy. And I don't think the guys that we're also going to talk about that are in these 90s, Michael Thomas being ranked higher than them is much of an issue. What's his short route running? 99? Will they do something like that? It got to be, right? 92. Got to make the slants a little bit better than that. Keenan Allen, 93. Again, fair rating. Really, really beastly wide receiver. Definitely, if you're rating top 5 wide receivers, there's probably a lot of people that might have Keenan Allen as a legit top 5 in their top 5. No problems with that. Amari Cooper, every year there's Cowboy. And I'm not even saying this is bad. Like, trust me, if there was a rating that was out of place that I thought was ridiculous, especially if it was on a Dallas Cowboy, I probably would. This video would have been out a couple hours ago. But 92 for Amari Cooper, he's not. I would say this. I think I would put Mike Evans and Allen Robinson ahead of Amari Cooper, but I don't think Amari Cooper breaking that 90 threshold. Maybe 92 is a tad high, but if he got a 90, he should be there. And he gets, they're playing from behind a whole lot, and how much of those stats were garbage time numbers for Amari Cooper, but he's still putting up those numbers, and he's solid. While he might not be super consistent, there's that whole two-face for Amari Cooper. It looks like one way when he's playing home, and when he's on the road, it's a completely different type of guy. But again, no real issues there. What do we got here? 95 catching, 94 change of direction, 91 juke. We got 90 spec, 88 catching traffic, 95 short route running, 92 mid, 91 deep, 90 release. Again, there's nothing really there that's too ridiculous. You got Mike Evans. I am a little bit biased when it comes to Mike Evans because he is one of my favorite wide receivers in the league. But 91's not bad for him. One of the most consistent wide receivers. And hopefully he can be fully healthy next season and eat with Tom Brady and company. And then we have Allen Robinson, who definitely comes in the discussion of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL. Happy to see him get a 90 overall. And I hope sooner than later, especially for you Bears fans, it's going to be Justin Fields, Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, an electrifying offense sooner than later. And I don't know, man. I've always liked Allen Robinson. He's been a personal fan favorite on the channel, dating back to the Toronto Huskies, where he was our wide receiver one. We relocated to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I like him getting the 90 overall. Deserved. Wide receivers that are rookies. Now, again, I think you look at someone like Jaylen Waddle. Now that we have the stats here. S-tier athlete, 97 speed, 95 acceleration, 97 agility. We also have, the 82 catching is pretty good, maybe even slightly generous. 90 jumping, 94 change of direction, 90 ball carrier vision, 88 juke. Again, if you're one of those people like the cheese wide receiver, switch them to running backs, Jaylen Waddle should be near the top of your list. We have 80 spec, 82 catch in traffic. The route running is not great. The 80 deep route running is his best. The 66 release there, less than ideal. I'll say this. I thought Jamar Chase was going to be the highest rated wide receiver. I thought Jaylen Waddle and Devonta Smith would be, on the top of my head, I was like Jamar Chase 77, Smith and Waddle 76. So Jaylen Waddle overall is where I thought it would be. I just did not think he would be the top rated wide receiver. But much like we were talking about the other day, where Travis Etienne, was that a typo? Is he a wide receiver? He's a running back. He's still going to be overpowered in the landscape of talking about overpowered brand new players that are going to be in Madden 22. From speed kills, and that means, therefore, Jaylen Waddle is going to be ridiculously overpowered. 75, not 95, 75, Devonta Smith, same as Jamar Chase. Comparing the stat, Devonta, I like the speed off the line. He didn't run a 40, so there's no real, I don't want to say lazy, but like, obviously you'd like to think that like EA had access to all the monitors and all that stuff, the real-time data that could give them an accurate speed representation. I think that's good as an Eagle fan, that I hopefully, at some point in Madden 22, I get to play as Eagles. 91 speed, 93 acceleration for Devonta Smith is pretty damn good. 85 catching as well. That might be the highest. Let's see, 81 for Jamar Chase, 83. Kadarius Toney with 84. I'll say that right now. That's ridiculous. I'm a Gator fan. 84, very high for Kadarius Toney. But Devonta Smith does have the highest catching for all the rookies, at least so far, unless there's like something weird. Like I remember last year, who's that rookie wide receiver? Gabriel Davis or something like that, like had the highest catching of the entire class. And he was obviously way down there for the Buffalo Bills, even though he ended up being a really, really impressive rookie for them. Look at the rest here for Devonta Smith, 91 ball carrier vision. I will say I was surprised with his route running. I thought they would give him a lot higher route running, but at least it's consistent. We get 86 spec, 80 catching traffic, 79 short, 78 mid, 78 deep, as well as 70 release. Nothing too bad about this rating at all. I think it's fair, and I think from an Eagle standpoint, for a wide receiver room that a little bit underwhelming with Jalen Raggard, not going to be super overpowered. Hopefully Devonta Smith has a dev trait. I think it would be fair, and I don't think this is me just being a biased Eagle fan. I think because it's so rare to have a Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver, I think it would be cool if they gave Devonta Smith at least a superstar. Like, I feel like what he accomplished in college, he should have something that accurately represents that college accomplishment in Madden. And he would do so by giving him a good depth trait. I think it'd be very lazy and unfortunate and a misrepresentation of what the Heisman Trophy should mean to incoming rookies in Madden, that, it'd be underwhelming if Devonta Smith, just say, had a star dev, and Jamar Chase and all those guys, Jaylen Waddle, all had star devs. Give Devonta Smith superstar. I'll be really happy with that rating. So we're going to Jamar Chase, 75. The man that a lot of Philadelphia Eagle fans, including myself, before we made that trade, wanted to land in Philadelphia. He's 75. He's not bad. Throwing that with Joe Burrow, I mean, that's going to be another fun offense there in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, you got T. Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd. You can just be weird and move like Auden Tate to tight end or whatever. But look at Jamar Chase, 92 speed, 89 acceleration. Kind of surprising. He ran well at his pro day. 81 catching, 95 jumping, which is good. 91 change of direction. Looking at the actual receiving stats, 85 spec, 81 catching traffic, 76, 78, and 79 for the route running, and 70. I'll just come out and say it. For pretty much everybody having Jamar Chase as the consensus wide receiver one, that's I don't want to say it's underwhelming, but that's like kind of average. Like, there's no S-tier Jamar Chase attribute that's going to make you want him over any of the other rookies we've seen so far. Is that a misrepresentation of the talent that he has? I'll let you decide, especially Bengals fans. We got Elijah Moore here from the Jets. Played him right away, plug and play in the slot. 92 speed, 90 acceleration, 83 catching, which is pretty stellar. 93 change of direction, 86 ball carrier vision, 86 juke, 84 spec, 82 catch of traffic, 77, 75, and 77 for the route running. Only a 60 really. Yeah, just put him in the slot and watch him thrive. That's a pretty fair rating for him. Kadarius Toney's a tough one again. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, and he's on the Giants, but I'm also a Gator fan, and I think they got everything except his catching right. Like, you got to remember, he came to Florida, and like really, it was like his first 2 years of Florida, he was a quarterback. He was like a gadget type quarterback, dude. I think 84 to have higher catching than Jamar Chase, to have higher catching than Jaylen Waddle. That's a bold take. I think the attributes are good. 93 speed, 92 acceleration. I think having 95 change of direction is in juke. His juke probably even could be higher. He is absolutely filthy with the ball in his hands. But the catching being that high is a little bit of the reach. The rest of the stats, spec, 79, 77 catching traffic, 74, 71, 73 for the route running. That's fair. I definitely would just say 84 catching is pretty high. Even one of those guys, if he got 78, 79, if he got Rashad Bateman's catching, I'd be like, fair. That makes sense. And looking at Bateman here, 72 overall. First round draft pick there for Baltimore. Obviously, you don't really need him to be a speedster. You have Hollywood Brown for that. You have Devin Duvernay for that. You more so want him to be a chain mover. It's a little bit tough there with the 78 catching. Let's see, what does he have any notable stats? 82 spec, 79 catch in traffic, 78, 77, 74 for his route running. So that's pretty good, as well as 74 release. Yeah, solid rookie. Not overpowered in any sense of the word, but still a very solid young wide receiver, especially if he comes in, say, with a star dev trade for your Baltimore Raven franchises. So that is the first batch. We're 15 minutes talking about friggin' wide receiver ratings. When I said I was like, I was fine with it. But I would say ultimately my biggest gripe would be I think Kadarius Toney's catching, as a diehard Florida Gator fan, a little bit high. And I'll say if he wasn't on the Giants, maybe I wouldn't have made light to that. But I'm happy with my guy, Devonta Smith. That rating looks pretty good. I think if you're a Bengals fan, maybe a little salty the fact that Jamar Chase, at least at face value, doesn't look super overpowered. And in the same vein, Jaylen Waddle looks insanely overpowered because speed kills. He's like a mini Tyreek Hill. Let me know what you guys think about these wide receivers. Do you think, who got snubbed? Who got robbed from that top 10? I mean, people are saying DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings probably could have squeezed into the 90-plus guys. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about these rookie ratings? What about rookies that weren't mentioned, weren't dropped yet? Guys that are beyond, in the second round that aren't Elijah Moore. Who do you think is going to be truly overpowered? Do you think any rookie wide receiver that hasn't been talked about yet could potentially lay claim to the crown of most overpowered rookie wide receiver like Jaylen Waddle? Let me know that in the comment section below. I think tomorrow, I don't know what position group it is, but we'll probably react to it, at least if we get something like this and it's not just base ratings. And, if we can actually dive into the stats, stuff like that, I will definitely hit you guys up with that video. But thank you for watching. As always, first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Go Eagles!